What is up, YouTube? Johnny B here again today, and we are going to be bringing you an update video on the Fiesta ST. A lot of you guys have been asking us, where's the Fiesta? Obviously, you guys saw the whole progress of us, building up the engine to make, decent power. I think we got up to like 350. We still got to change a little bit more things and different tuning if we want to get straight to 400. But overall, the car's really quick. Like, it's faster than an STI or an Evo. If you get next to it with a little Fiesta, that thing's gonna beat them. It's pretty impressive. And we told you guys that we're gonna wait on a package that was probably gonna take a couple months, but here it is. Look at it, it's just like a wooden box back there. But this actually came from Poland, which is the main facility where they actually make the kit for the Fiesta ST for the WRC rally cars. So our goal was to make the very first WRC or R5 kitted Fiesta ST here in the States, because you don't see that. You don't see it on anybody's Instagrams, you don't see it anywhere here. I have seen a couple of WRC like street cars in the UK, but they were the older models. They didn't have this new kit. So hopefully we're gonna be the first ones, and maybe even the only ones, because it's really difficult to get this kit. We had to contact M Sport directly, in the UK, talk with them, try to figure out all the prices. Everything was in euros and get all that sorted out. But it's finally here, and let me show you guys what's inside the box. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. Oh my God, it's here. Look at it. So here it is, finally. We've been waiting so long for this. This is such an impressive kit. I love the way that they packaged it. Just this box alone was an extra $250 because they needed to ship it to where it was perfectly safe, because most of the times it's more expensive for them to actually deliver something broken and have to replace it, whereas to just really package it out well so it ensures that nothing's going to be breaking throughout the plane ride from over there all the way over here to the United States and to anywhere, pretty much, because only people that buy these kits are actual racing teams that buy them. And obviously Ken Block has this kit on his car as well, and it's really rare for someone that's going to be doing it just for their car and to be putting it on a street car. So this is pretty impressive. Looking at this, this is the full R5 kit from M Sport. Like, this is what they put on their cars when they build them. When they build the rally Fiestas for you and you go try to purchase one, you're looking at $150,000 to purchase their actual R5 Fiesta. And that thing comes with around 298 horsepower. It comes with this kit, comes caged, comes with a fully built engine, sequential transmission, and all kinds of stuff like that. So here is the front bumper for the R5 kit. It extends it roughly around like 5 inches wider on both sides. So normally where the fog light would be is where the bumper would relatively end. And in this section over here is where it would be not as flat as it is there. And then if you pass on, the grille has distinct shape. So you can see it, they do that for specifically, some of their ducting that they have to direct it. So we're probably gonna have to modify that, or maybe that might even work for us as well. And it looks exactly like an ST bumper, to be honest, is what the R5 kit is. It's just super wide. And then if you look up a little bit, we're gonna be having the fenders next. And these are extremely wide as well. They add a lot of girth to it. They look tiny, mainly because the side skirt is part of the extension to it. So as you can see, we have the kit laid out to where you can see where it connects to the actual side skirt. So if you look really close up, you can see a little bit of a texture, and that's obviously the carbon fiber that's underneath. So this kit is mostly comprised of carbon fiber and other things that they do to make it. I'm sure they add a bit of fiberglass and everything in there, but like the main component is the actual carbon fiber, and you can see the weave, the carbon weave underneath the actual gel coat that they put over it. So it's pretty cool to see that the kit's carbon fiber. The side skirts are not though, so let's move on to those now. So here are the side skirts. They are kind of like a plastic slash rubber slash fibrous type thing. Like I don't even know what type of material that is, but these things look like they can take a beating. Like they're like really rigid, really strong. They're flexible, and I'm guessing that's how they designed them, because those are going to be probably one of the main components that are going to be getting hit. So they designed these to be durable and like super tough, and it's pretty amazing. These actually come in 3 pieces. So they call it something else, but here in the US we call them side skirts. And this back piece, you could just look at the girth and see how much extension it does and how wide it makes the car. So how right there where it's laying on the ground is kind of probably about 1 inch goes into the car where it bolts up, and that's going to be sticking out quite a bit. So the rear arches are going to be looking pretty amazing. So the quarter panels are actually for a 2-door Fiesta, so we're gonna have to be modifying those. These are actually made up of only carbon fiber. It's just like a thin layer, and man, you could really see the texture if you look in there. They have like a black gel coat, and towards the bottom they have like a little 2-piece design that kind of covers that up. Yeah, it's supposed to be some sort of access door or something, and we're gonna probably have to rivet that on or do something creative to make it look good. And this kit, we're probably gonna try to like bolt this section of the quarter panels on, and I don't know, I just love the way that this looks. It's pretty amazing. I'm lost for words just how awesome this kit is, how it's all carbon fiber, which makes sense why it's so expensive, because your typical Rocket Bunny or Aim Gain or anything else, any other kits out there, they're just fiberglass, whereas M Sport actually goes through and makes their kits, to be as durable as possible, because you're going to be ramming into stuff. You're going to be ramming into other cars. You're going to be destroying these kits, and they try to make them as durable as possible. It makes them a little pricey, but, in the long run, it's worth it. And now we are on to the rear bumper. This is the piece that we have been missing in our Fiesta ever since we fixed it up, because we never bought a bumper for it. We bought it actually without a bumper, without a hatch. We replaced the hatch, and the bumper was the next thing that we needed. This is also, white gel coat on top of it, but if you look really, really close, in some sections you can actually see the texture of the carbon fiber as well. So it's pretty cool to see that, whereas the ST bumper is multiple pieces and it comes out really expensive. You have, your different spats, you have the little diffuser, you have the little grill. It's a bunch of different pieces. M Sport actually designed this as one piece, but it looks exactly like the ST rear bumper, just with some wider arches. So this is gonna be exciting. I don't know, I'm just really excited about this piece in particular, because you can't find it anywhere. We were trying to just buy the wing at first, and we could not find anywhere else. And even if you found like a replica, they were still super expensive. So, we just went ahead and bit the bullet and got the actual legit WRC wing from M Sport, and God, is this thing gorgeous. Obviously you guys can already tell what the material is made out of, straight carbon fiber. And looking at the intricate design, this wing is not easy at all to make. Like, it's got all sorts of like shapes and bends and thicker parts. Like, it looks like the fins that are inside, the middle fins, and these little outer fins as well, are just a flat sheet of like carbon fiber that's probably like 5 or 6 layers. It's like super hard, and they just go ahead and embed it into the other pieces of the wing just to give it that extra reinforcement. So the thing that makes this wing special is that this wing is designed to stabilize the car while flying through the air, because you do not want to land on your front and you do not want to land on your rear wheels when you know, you're flying through the air, because it could be disastrous if you were to land face first in the Fiesta during rally. Your car would just be destroyed. So what this does is, while you're in mid-air, it actually stabilizes the car to make sure that it lands on all four wheels. Don't ask me how it does it, that's just how they designed it, and this is gonna be an awesome addition to the piece, you know, to have this kit on there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back now. You can see it's comprised of 2 different layers, and I obviously don't know what this does. I just really like the way it looks and gonna be really excited to put it on. It actually comes in a dry carbon, so I'm gonna have to figure out if we wanna go ahead and paint match it in certain areas and leave some certain areas carbon, or if we're just gonna go ahead and just clear coat the whole thing, just so it's a nice high gloss carbon fiber, which is probably like the best option. But you know, if you wanna add a little bit of our touch to it, painting certain areas of the wing would also look good as well. So I know we weren't able to go into much detail of the kit, and obviously it's a little dark outside, so I can't really show you the whole thing, you know, as perfect with all the daylight as possible. But believe me, I am super excited to get this kit started, to get this on the car. We're probably gonna be mocking it up a lot. There's gonna be a lot of like bodywork involved, because those rear quarter panels are for a 2-door Fiesta and ours is a 4-door. So we're gonna have to cut it, make sure that we can still utilize the back doors and kind of just like modify it to where it fits perfectly, and you know, it's to the point where we really like it. Obviously, we can't get a 2-door Fiesta in the United States. Those are only available in the UK. So we're gonna do what we gotta do. We already have a powerful Fiesta with nice interior. It's got all the Recaros and all the nice stuff. We're gonna be getting some more mods for that as well to improve our braking and our suspension. So stay tuned for that. And you know, if you're excited to see this kit on the car and to see the first Fiesta ST daily / WRC kitted car, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification, because there's going to be a lot of videos on this car until we get it done. Obviously, we are ecstatic. You know, when we ordered the kit, we just couldn't sleep. You can't sleep when you're waiting for something like this to come over from Poland, and actually seeing it here for the first time. It's pretty amazing experience, because we didn't know when we were getting the kit. We had no tracking number. It arrived over here in the United States to the LAX airport, and then it was held up by customs for the longest time, and we had to figure out what we needed to do that. And so we didn't know we had to get a broker to actually, you know, get it across customs. This is one of the first times, you know, we've done something like this. Obviously, I've ordered stuff from Japan, but most of the times it doesn't even go through that process. So it was a new experience for sure, but it was definitely worth it. And once we get this car done, and it's gonna be one of a kind here in the US, I'm sure it's gonna catch a lot of attention, and it's gonna be amazing. So make sure you subscribe. And as always, you guys have a great day.